Why isn't my house selling even though it's priced right? You did everything right. You cleaned it up, you staged it, you priced it right where your agent said to price it, and yet the showings are trickling in. The offers aren't coming, and you're starting to wonder if something is wrong with your house. I want to tell you right now, your house is probably fine. What's happening has almost nothing to do with your home and everything to do with the buyer sitting on the other side of this market. Let me explain. The buyer paralysis problem. Here's what nobody tells sellers. Buyers in 2026 are scared, not of your house, of everything else. Mortgage rates just hit a new 2026 high this week, above 6.6%. They're watching the news about the economy, about the war in the Middle East pushing inflation back up, about the Fed holding interest rates steady for the 5th meeting in a row. Every headline feels like a reason to wait. There's a psychological term for what buyers are experiencing right now. It's called decision paralysis. When uncertainty is high, people freeze. They tour homes, they like what they see, and then they go home and talk themselves out of it. Not because your home wasn't right, because the world outside your home feels unpredictable. And that's not something a fresh coat of paint fixes. So what does the data actually show? Let me give you some numbers that might actually make you feel better. Nationally, home sales are down about 4% from last year. In Austin right now, homes are averaging around 48 days on the market, and that's considered normal in today's environment. In Santa Fe, where I also work, it's closer to 60 to 74 days. Before 2020, a 45 to 60 day timeline was completely standard. We got spoiled by the frenzy years when homes sold in a week, and now everything longer than 30 days feels broken. It's not broken, it's just back to normal. Here's the other number worth knowing. Homes are selling right now and closing about 96 to 97 cents on the dollar. That means buyers are negotiating, but they're still buying. The market hasn't stopped, it's just slower and more deliberate than it was. So what can you actually do right now? So if there's a buyer paralysis problem, what's the solution? 3 things that actually move the needle right now. First, make every showing count. You only get a few chances to convert a hesitant buyer into a committed one. The showing experience has to be flawless. Great smell, perfect temperature, every light on, soft music, fresh flowers if you have to. You want buyers to walk in and feel something. Emotion is what breaks paralysis. Second, consider a rate buy down instead of a price cut. Here's why this matters. If you drop your price by $10,000, the buyer saves roughly $50 a month. But if you use that same $10,000 to buy down their mortgage rate, you can lower their monthly payment by $150 to $200 a month. For a buyer who's worried about affordability, that's a much more compelling number, and it costs you the same. Ask your agent if this is an option you haven't explored yet. Third, reframe your timeline. If your home has been on the market 30, 45, even 60 days, you're not in crisis. You're in a normalized market. The right buyer is still out there. They're just moving more carefully than buyers did in 2021. Now, when it might actually be the price, I do want to be straight with you because I think you deserve that. If your home has been on the market 90 days or more with very few showings, it's worth having a real conversation about price. Not because your home isn't worth what you're asking, because price is how you compete for buyers who are actually looking right now. An overpriced home doesn't get shown, and a home that doesn't get shown can't sell. The best way to know where you actually stand, pull the last 90 days of sold comps in your neighborhood. Look at what homes actually closed for, not what they were listed at. That's your market. That's your answer. So what's your next step? Well, if your house hasn't sold, or you're thinking about selling and you're a little concerned about it, get in touch with me. I'll have an honest conversation with you about what you need to do to actually sell your house. If you like this video and the information, give me a like and subscribe for future videos. Thanks.